Hey everybody! It's the 6th day, the final day. Tomorrow morning we hop on an airplane back to the States.
Hooray!
As it was our last day and our bodies were basically falling apart,
Yes.
we did not do a whole lot today, but that's okay. I still feel like we did everything. Like, we did all the good stuff, really. We started the day at the we started the day with the pastries up the street again, because you like to talk about the food. The food's important.
That's okay. It was just pastries. We've had them before.
Well, we also had the triple chocolate donut.
It was delicious.
It had, it was good. It had chocolate inside the donut and everything.
No pictures in that one. Carry on.
No. Then we went to the Natural History Museum, where we were for a long time.
Yeah, like 4+ hours.
And we still skipped some stuff. We didn't skip near as much as at the British Museum.
No. We saw more stuff.
We saw more percentage of the stuff there to see.
Yeah, so the first thing I'll say about the Natural History Museum is that it is in a beautiful building.
Oh, God, yes.
Like a remarkably beautiful building. And I don't know what the building was originally used for. I don't know if it was created specifically for this purpose or not. But the architecture is truly fantastic. And there are people just, like, it's just crazy. Like, feels like every building that you go to in London just has that level of beautiful architecture, and like it seems like everybody who lives here takes it for granted. And
she's been talking about this all day.
I have.
And I think it's impossible to grow up surrounded by anything and be in a constant state of wonder at it. You'd never get your life lived.
No.
So I don't know that they take it for granted as much as they're just used to it. It's normal.
Yeah. But they're spoiled, is what I'm saying.
What about the human biology exhibit?
Yeah, so we were intending to go to the dinosaurs, and then we got distracted.
There was a little tiny door that just said human biology, and we went,
okay.
It led to a massive exhibit that details, in explicit detail, where babies come from, how they're made, how they grow, what we're made of, how we're made, sexuality, learning,
how
our eyes work, how our brains work, how our memory works.
Yeah.
But no, there was flat out a cross section of intercourse showing where the sperm gets into the uterus.
No. There was like literally a cross section of penis inside vagina.
Yeah.
Like, it was explicit. And I was like, yeah, they really did send us all the Puritans. Everywhere we went in this museum, I was like, yep, we got all the Puritans. And
protest if they tried to do something like this in America.
Yeah.
If you ever felt awkward about having the sex talk with your kid, send them to the Natural History Museum in London. You're done.
It'll take care of it. And it was interesting, like, seeing parents, like, taking their kids, children, through this exhibit and, like, explaining to them how everything works and, like, all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, this would never happen in America.
We're definitely not in America.
Never. Not once. And, like, there's a lot of, there's, like, forums, like, here's what your body looks like before puberty, here's what your body looks like after puberty, and it's totally nude, and
there's all the steps of, the puberty does this to this, this to this, this to this. Very detailed. It's not just, look at the naked people. I mean, It is plaques and plaques of information, detailed, no punches pulled, just flat out science.
And there's even, like, a diagram of a woman giving birth.
And she's laying like this.
She's very relaxed. She's all like, and the baby's exiting her vagina. I was like, I don't think it happens like that in real life.
It does in London.
No, apparently it does in London. There's even a section on birth control and how it works. Like.
And you know what? Weirdly, as we went through that exhibit, I did not see any kids look at the exhibits and just start having sex right there on the floor.
It was a close thing for me.
Oh, God. With a child?
But yeah, it was a fun exhibit. And one thing I did like about it is that they openly acknowledged stuff that we're not 100% sure about.
Yeah, they were happy to say, we think this is this, but we don't know.
And like some sentences would just be like, is it this? ? And that was it. And I was like, cool.
Then we went to the dinosaurs.
These exhibits, by the way, are very old.
Yeah, they were just starting to come around to the whole feather thing near the end.
Yeah.
We saw marine invertebrates. We saw a cross-section of a sequoia tree that was over 1,000 years old.
Yeah, like 1,300 years old.
We saw gemstones and precious metals. We saw bugs. We saw butterflies.
Yeah, we went to the Darwin Center, which was interesting. It's like it's a working like scientific research facility that you can kind of sort of walk through and like see what the scientists are doing. And they have like little fun games that you can play that Jeff got super frustrated with me about because I wanted to play all the games.
I wasn't frustrated. I was enjoying sitting.
Yeah. But it was interesting. Like there was even a little place where you could like they would give you some descriptions about certain families of butterflies, and then you could like
try to sort
them into the families yourself, just by looking at them. So that was fun.
I batted 100% on that one. I sorted a whole one butterfly, and I did it correctly.
Yeah, he nailed it
on the first try.
So
you don't mess with perfection. I retired top.
Let's go back to the. Oh, there's like birds. You can see the birds. But the one that I was not expecting to be as interested in as I was the whole section they had on minerals.
That was huge. You turned a corner and it just kept going.
It just kept going. And they have like rows and rows and rows of like different kinds of minerals. And they're even like sorted by type. And there's long descriptions about how each one is formed and like where they come from and what makes them interesting. And I read through the first couple of rows before I was like, this is too much information. I've already been here like an hour. I need to keep moving. It was intense. Like,
it was. There was a lot.
You could spend a whole week just in that one room.
Well, if you could spend a week in that room, then you could spend a lifetime in the British Museum.
Yeah, it's true. But then if you go all the way through the minerals section, there's a vault at the end.
With some of the most precious gemstones in the world, including a layout of over 120 diamonds naturally occurring in different colors.
I think it was like 296 or something like that.
Yeah, the photo I took does not do it justice.
No.
They were gorgeous, and just all the colors you could imagine.
Yeah, and the fun thing about the display was that it shows them in normal light, but it also shows them in ultraviolet light, because they're a totally different color in ultraviolet. In person, they're very shiny and sparkly, and that was super fun.
And we saw asteroids from Mars.
Yes.
Or meteorites from Mars.
Yeah, and then there was like a little tiny, there was like a meteorite, and then there's like a little tiny vial with some white dust in it, which is from diamonds, and it is like the plaque says, "This is the oldest thing you will ever see," and it's like 3.5 million years old, and I was like, that is so cool. So.
Oh, and a piece of moon rock that the Americans gave them.
Yeah, we nailed it.
Go us, we're so nice.
There's a statue of Charles Darwin because obviously.
So from there. And really, we could go on and on and on, but we almost have. From there, we went briefly to Somerset House.
Yeah, apparently it's also a beautiful building because you can't throw a stone without hitting a beautiful building here.
House is a misnomer again. It's basically a palace.
Yeah. It's a very large building. But they had some kind of...
It's supposed to be a more modern art place with like pop art and all this stuff lined out, but unfortunately our visit was timed poorly because they had some kind of London design exhibit specific for like this 3-week period.
Yeah, normally entrance is free, but they're having this special exhibit and we were like, nah.
So we got to poke around just the tiniest bit, take some pictures of a stairwell.
They had a beautiful stairwell. Yeah. We actually saw some fun art on the outside.
Yes.
Like this weird...
cage house.
It was like
and a kinetic wall bout.
It was like exploring the meaning of a house. Yeah. And then there was like this, what was it called?
It was the kinetic wall boat.
Disobedience, I think is the, I don't think we took a picture of this one, but it was like a long thing in the middle you could actually walk through. Anyway, so that was awarded.
That was very brief. And at that point, Princess was almost ready to call it a day. It was a disappointing note when we got there and we couldn't do anything. But I pushed. I said, no, we need to go to Covent Garden.
So we went across the street.
And boy, was that a good choice.
Covent Garden is not a garden. So there's a lot of poorly named things in London.
It used to be a garden. It's now kind of an semi-open air mall, sort of.
It's kind of small. It's like super fancy shops.
Some fancy shops and then some markets with buy old telephones.
Yeah. Well, we walked in.
There was a string quartet playing.
Right, and we're greeted by a string quartet. Playing Mozart. And it wasn't a quartet. There were like 6 of them. But
a string sextet. And they had the hat out. I mean, they were
busking. They were not Yeah.
They were street performers.
Yeah, and I told Jeff, I was like, even the buskers here are way classier than we are.
There was an antique toy store that was kind of neat. Got some cookies, looked around a little bit, and then it was kind of neat. It was worth seeing. And then as we were leaving, we came across a street performer. I captured a good 10 minutes at the end of his performance. I will put it at the end of this video, but it is worth seeing. It
was really funny.
It's going to be about as long as this video, but it's pretty impressive. The guy rides like a mile-high unicycle while juggling knives, okay? It's worth watching.
It's cute.
Then on our way out, we came across another street performer that Princess was obsessed with.
Oh, God, I forgot about him. Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't even know how to describe this
We
guy.
should have taken your picture with him. Now, I've got a video clip of him, which we're probably showing now as we're talking.
But I was just staring. I could not stop looking. I was just staring. I couldn't move away. I was just like, I don't know how you're doing this.
He wasn't standing on anything. He was supported solely on one side by holding on to a shovel, and he was able to nod and bow to people as they put in money, and then he just stood there perfectly even, perfectly
just like
still.
Hovering 3 feet off the ground. I don't know how.
Not tilted. I mean, he was being supported just by one hand at about shoulder height, and was perfectly even across the shoulders. So I think he had to have some kind of rig in order to help him be even, because I don't think it's physically possible.
I don't think anybody's that good at calisthenics. Like, I could see on his face, like, the strain. Like, he was actually having to work to hold himself up there, but it shouldn't even have been possible to do that. Yeah. So it was really cool, and I
You didn't take a picture of dinner.
I didn't. Well, dinner was not worth taking a picture of, so.
We went down to, she was in the mood for curry, and I was feeling benevolent. So we went down to Brick Lane. Which is a whole row of Indian restaurants. Yeah, and each Indian restaurant has out in front of it a big banner. I'm not kidding.
All of them.
Every one of them has a huge banner, identical banner out in front that says TripAdvisor voted best curry on Brick Lane 2018. We saw at least 5 of these banners.
Yep.
Now, there were some other ones that weren't TripAdvisor, but there were at least 5 TripAdvisors for 2018. Best curry house on Brick Lane. Yeah, and TripAdvisor is giving these things out at a discount. And as you walk down, every restaurant is, come in, you want to eat, come in here.
They have an employee literally posted outside.
It's like when you're walking down 6th Street. If you're not familiar, you go down 6th Street, which is a whole bunch of bars. They usually, some of the bars will have a guy outside trying to get you in with drink specials. This was every restaurant had multiple people trying to get you to come in. Like, no, we were planning on coming in. You can stop trying to sell us. Then as we exited, after we ate, I thought it was a fine meal. Princess was a little disappointed.
I was not pleased.
But I was fine with it. It was perfectly good for me.
I had a vegetable korma, and it basically tasted like mashed baby food.
But my point is, as we left, immediately as we walked out of that restaurant, somebody from the next restaurant tried to get us to come in to eat dinner.
And then the next restaurant.
It's like, dude, did you not just see? We just left this restaurant. We walked down the rest of the street having to tell people we just ate. We just ate. We just ate at the best curry house on Brick Lane.
Because all of them are the best,
But this is the best curry house on Brick Lane. So is that one, and that one. Very strange.
I don't know.
So, that was our final day.
That was our day.
Tomorrow we're getting up, we're going to the airport, we're flying back, and may or may not, we'll try to film basically a wrap-up video in the car once we land back in Texas. That's our goal. Unless Princess wants to sit next to her husband, who's the guy picking us up. She has been away from him for a week. She might want to be near him.
He'll be okay.
Okay. So we're going to have him chauffeur us while we film in the background. And just in case, if you guys actually do watch my videos, you will remember her husband from the WTF Cinema review of Ghost. He showed up in some of the scenes where we are trying to show how you can easily prove there's a ghost in the room.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Oh.
Because we don't put Princess in... We don't let Princess act that much anymore.
No, it's not.
But her husband did a perfectly fine job.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have no recollection of this.
That's because I don't think you were a part of it. It was him, me, and Roxy.
Cool.
You might have been behind the scenes.
Okay.
Anyway. So this go stick around for the end of the video, watch the performer. It's pretty funny. You can hear that Princess is the only one laughing at his jokes, which I think is even funnier. A crowd full of people, and he's just dying.
Yeah, and he keeps complaining about it, too. He's Canadian, by the way, not American.
Anyway, we might see you guys again. All right, we're back. We're back. There's the princess's husband. You may remember him from the Ghost review.
Yay, America!
We are back. Man, a 10-hour flight is no joke, especially in coach. We did not have the special empty seat this time.
No.
We had a lovely young lady named Lily.
Yeah.
She was our friend.
She's in the window seat.
Except
and she slept the whole time.
She did sleep.
I was very impressed.
She pretended to sleep the whole time so we wouldn't talk to her.
One or the other.
She did have the window seat, but it was the one with no window.
Right.
Oh, and then there was something on the plane that Princess was highly allergic to.
Highly allergic.
The princess is dying.
I'm dying. My face is melting. My eyes are watering.
I told the customs guy that I was smuggling back a live chicken. He said that was fine.
I told him about my eraser. He did not seem excited.
I told him not to question further about the eraser. She gets very animated. So that was it. That was England. We're back in Texas now where it's hot, but there's AC and ice in the drinks.
So, a couple of things overall that we've noticed about London. The thing about serving lukewarm beverages is accurate.
Yeah, it's almost like some kind of national credo that beverages must be served at the temperature they naturally arrive at. Even if you pull them out of like a conditioned thing, they're not cold.
Not cold. Crosswalks are hard to find.
Street signs are harder.
Yeah. Everything is more expensive than I thought it would be.
Food was the worst in terms of cost, really.
And honestly, there's not a lot of food that we had that really knocked my socks off, except for that millionaire shortbread. That stuff is legit.
What about the cinnamon kitchen that we accidentally, or cinnamon club that we wandered into by accident?
It was good, but I'm not sure it was $114 worth of good.
Well, I hope it was, because that's what we paid.
Yep. And something else? Oh yeah, American music everywhere.
Yes.
It's like they don't have their own. It's really weird.
Yes, there were very few songs or musical references that weren't American.
And, well, they did have several, like, buskers playing Coldplay.
It did happen a lot.
Yeah, it was weird.
I mean, there were good things, too. I feel like we're being down on London now. No, it was a great trip.
Like, there's a lot of really awesome free museums there.
We spent 7 videos talking about all the great stuff, but now at the end of our trip, we're tired.
And I'm hungry.
And we're bitchy Americans.
And I'm obviously not feeling well because of the plane. But no, it was a good time. I like London. I would totally go back.
We're not going back.
Not anytime soon.
No. There's other countries for us to explore.
But yeah, London's awesome. You should go if you haven't.
Anyway, that's it. We're home. I've got to edit all these videos together. But we're done.
Yay!
Say goodbye, Princess.
Bye, Princess.
Here we go. Guys, just keep moving. This is a private gathering. Come on, people! Here we go. Time for unicycle. Let's do it. There we go. Oh, geez. Whoa. Guys, I need some effort. It's not a union job. There we go. Beautiful. All right, we're going to jump to the top. Are you ready, buddy? Australia, don't move. I'm going to jump. There we go. Beautiful. There we go. Don't move, Australia. There we go. Beautiful. Awesome. There we go. Are you okay, buddy? Are you okay? Everyone clap for Australia. Give them a big round of applause. All right, don't move, buddy. Don't move. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. There we go. All right, jump, guys. Don't let go, okay? This part's okay. You know what? I might need a 4th guy for this. I'm not going to lie. It's a little bit wobbly. Anyway, and if anyone wants to come out and help out, anybody? Oh my God, this is such a shit day, everybody. Oh my God. All right, let's see. Hey, let's see. You, buddy, could you come in for a second? You, buddy. No. Australia, I'm really sorry about this. 1 second. You, buddy, with the sunglasses. Could you come in? Jeez. Australia, I'm really sorry about this, buddy. Are you okay? Are you stepping out in a minute? All right. Everyone clap for this guy. There we go. You know what's funny? Right before the show, this guy came up to me and told me he wanted to be a street performer. Welcome to the glamorous life, buddy. There we go. Hold on to this, buddy, with 2 hands nice and strong. Don't move. There we go. There we go. Oh, jeez. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Oh, Australia, I still need you. I still need you. Buddy, 2 hands. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, and now we have a crying child. Perfect. Hey, sweetie, you okay? Oh, wow. Everyone clap for that little girl. She was very brave while she lasted. All right. Guys, here, this next part's really important. On the count of 3, I'm going to say run. When I say run for your lives, okay? Australia, before you run, let go of the unicycle, okay? Hey, Australia, that sounds like a joke, but it's happened before, okay, buddy? All right, can you guys move me a little bit to the right, guys? A little bit to the right? Okay, perfect. A little bit, perfect. Oh, sorry. Can you guys slowly remove your feet from the wheel? Beautiful. All right, and Australia, I know you said you had to go, but after you run, could you do me a favor? Could you just grab that knife over there? You're gonna throw that knife at my face, okay, buddy? Is that cool? Awesome, you did great. Buddy, could I just get 2 hands on there, buddy? You're freaking me out. All right, awesome. And Jersey, after you run, could you grab the other knife? You're gonna throw that at me. And you two get to bask in all the glorious applause of all these happy people. Everyone clap for my volunteers. It's a tough day to be a street performer. They came out anyways. Oh, hey buddy, how's it going? Everyone, this is my drug dealer, Steven. See you after the show, and I got some money. I'll fucking need it after this one. Here we go. Everyone counting to 3 together. As loud as we can. We're going to count to 3 in our favorite language. If that's English, 1, 2, 3. If that's French, 1, 2, 3. If that's German, 1, 2, 3. If that's Rome, Italy, I. Here we go. Thanks, guys. Here we go. And. Let go. Run. Yay! Come on, people! Everyone clapping and cheering. Come and grab the weapons. You guys gonna? Oh, jeez. You guys gonna throw those? Oh, jeez. All right. Actually, Australia. Oh, jeez. Just gonna try and stop. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. All right, gentlemen, you guys are gonna throw those to me. Did we lose our child volunteer? Hey, sweetie. Oh. Everyone clap. This is London's friendliest skinhead. How's it going, buddy? Awesome. Is she able to do it herself? No way? Okay, all right. Well, it's cuter when the kid does it, but that's fine. These guys are in a hurry. Could you guys come to the very front? We're just gonna get the dangerous stuff out of the way first. You guys have been very patient. Can you guys come stand over here for me? Beautiful, and just stand side by side. All right, you guys are gonna throw this to me one at a time. And you're from England, right, sir? Jersey. I have no idea what that is. All right, can you guys do me a favor? Put the weapons up in the air, nice and high, and face each other, and fight. You guys laugh. I do the show in America, they go for it every time. All right, Australia, can you give me just a nice toss right up into this hand? Nice toss right when I say go. Jeez. Australia, that was my fault, buddy. I was the one who picked you. Everyone clap for Australia! Give a big round of applause. Thanks, man. You've been awesome. All right, Jersey. Same thing, Jersey. Wait, just hold it like this, buddy. Jersey, just remember, it's a push. Jersey, none of this, okay? Jersey, if you give me a throw like this one's coming straight back, okay, buddy? It's a push. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Clap for Jersey. All right, sir, is it okay? Is it okay if she comes back up? Hey, sweetheart, do you want to win £5? Oh, do we ever? Oh, everyone clap for our replacement child. There we go. Beautiful. There we go. Just give it to that kid. There we go. Beautiful. Buddy, can you get that up to me? If you get that up to... Oh, jeez. Oh, sorry. Buddy, that was my fault. I wasn't ready. Buddy, next toss. Nice underhand toss. There we go. Oh. Buddy, that throw was 10 times better than Australia's. Thank you very much. Buddy, what was that? Oh, you're from Australia as well. Whoops, buddy, you've been amazing. This £5 is for you. Come get the money, bud. Come get the money. Just jump for the money. Jump for the money. There we go. Buddy, this is what it feels like to have a job. Jump for the money! Buddy, I'm going to jot this down to you. You've been amazing. Before I do, I just want to say to everyone in this audience, thank you. It's been a hard day today to be a street performer, but thank you so much, everyone, for stopping whatever you're doing today and supporting me while I do what I love. Thank you so much, guys. You guys have been awesome. I don't know if everyone's aware of this. At the end of the show, I'm going to hold out my hat. This is how I make a living. Oh, wow. It's a way nicer reaction than when I told my father. Thank you. I'm not going to tell you guys how much to give. All I'm going to say is that this is a really tough job. It's getting harder and harder to do. All I ask is that if you enjoyed the show, but made you smile, come forward, throw something in the hat. Now, if you have no money, please don't turn around and walk off now. That happens a lot. The moment I mention money, people start to leave. Listen, I used to do this show on cruise lines, comedy clubs. I choose to do it on the street because everyone gets to enjoy it, not just the privilege. So if you have no money, please stay to the end of the show. But if you do have money, I would like some. Thank you. Sweet buddy, you've been absolutely amazing. When you catch this, these people are going to go crazy. I would never tell these people how much to give, but buddy, you came forward. You did a great job in front of a big group of people. Therefore, I think someone should give you £5. Everyone clap for the kid. Big round of applause. Thanks, buddy. Madam, where are you going? Come back! If you leave now, I will follow you home and send you a Jehovah's Witness. All right, here we go. Everyone, let's finish this off. This is the worst show I've ever done in Covent Garden, but we made it. Here we go. Everyone give me a slow hand clap, 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 clap. Here we go. This is it. Oh, jeez. The finale to the show. Here we go. Stop clapping. It's fine. It's fine. It's too much pressure. Here we go. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Wait, I'm going to do a bonus stunt for you guys. Oh, jeez. Check this out. Check this out. Wait for it. When I do it, go crazy. Check this out. Wait. Oh, come on, people! Oh, geez, I don't know how to stop. Wait for it. Yeah! All right. Nobody move. The final stunt is called Getting Down. If I could have all the kids make a nice little pile. No, not today. My name's Quinn, I'm 23, I come all the way from Canada. Thank you so much for watching, you guys have been awesome. Let's finish this up. Actually, I can't actually jump. I'm gonna come over here to this pillar. There we go. Can we just do like a little bit of a Moses here? There we go, 1 second. There we go. Hey guys, how's it going? Oh, there we go. Here we go. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Whoa, whoa. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Wait for it. There we go. Awesome. Hey guys, how you doing? There we go. Oh jeez. Whoa. Oh jeez. All right, there we go. Beautiful. And you, sir, could you help me out for a second? Could you just grab the unicycle for me, buddy? No? No one wants to help today. Brilliant. All right, thanks, buddy. Beautiful. Pull away. 1, 2, 3. If you come back for me, that'd be amazing. Thank you very much, everyone.